7 games for your viewing pleasure. AD is now $50,000 short in his bank account. The NBA showing that their tampering bylaws are the real deal. But what's next? Does this improve or halt a potential trade? Andrew Lopez joins us to discuss. And Kyrie, he hit LeBron on the celly. LeBron tagged Kyrie on his IG stories. Now, apparently, Uncle Drew is open to the idea of playing with the king again. Kristen Ledlow is in the building to drop some knowledge tonight. And the bearded one, he's going to be right here at the Toyota Center. He continues to rewrite the modern-day NBA record book with a spectacular streak of scoring. How long can he keep it up? We ask Matt Bullitt of the Rockets. Here's what's happening as is happening right now around the NBA. Tonight we're talking with the newsmakers, news reporters with opinions, perspectives, and predictions. This is Tim Before Tip. You're rocking with the best. Ro Paris here. Studio B is the location. We got to get right into it. Anthony Davis has been fined $50,000. The NBA releasing a statement today saying Anthony Davis has been fined for violating the collective bargain rule prohibiting players or their representation from making public trade demands. The fine is for statements that were made by Davis's agent, Rich Paul, in an intentional effort to undermine the contractual relationship between Davis and the Pelicans. Moments ago, we heard from Jrue Holiday.
In my opinion, he's top 3 in the world. His athletic ability, what he can do as an athlete, as a player, even a friend. I've been with him for 6 years, so I feel like for me, coming around a talent of that caliber was kind of once in a lifetime, and we had a good thing going. So, but on that note, man, Anthony's doing everything he's doing best for himself, and I'm not mad at that. He's the ultimate professional. He still comes here and works, and still cheers for his team. So I'm happy for him.
Looking sharp as ever right there. We welcome in Pelicans beat writer Andrew Lopez. Now, number one, we know that this is not necessarily going to hit him too hard in his wallet, but just when you hear this, what is the feeling around the Pelicans organization right now, showing the NBA showing how serious they are when it comes to tampering?
This is what the Pels wanted all along, and this goes back really to when LeBron James made those comments, a couple of months ago. They just want the rules that are in place enforced. They want the tampering rules enforced. They want to, Rich Paul went public with this. They want to get him fined for it. That's all this is. It's the $50,000 is the max that he can get, I think, under the CBA. So this is just the Pels wanting the rules enforced right now.
So we've heard apparently about every scenario in regards to the options that the Pelicans have. We've heard that the Bucks might make an offer, the Raptors might make an offer. I mean, is there another surprise team that you've heard? And what exactly are the Pelicans looking for in return for their superstar?
I think they're looking for the best package overall. I think you've heard the Bucks, the Raptors, and obviously the Lakers and the Knicks. Obviously, Boston's waiting until the summer to get involved, but you don't really know what they want because you don't really know who's going to be making the decisions, I think, long term. I think once they solidify that, then you have a better idea. But you would think they just want the best package for the best person to come on the trade market this partner's career since Kareem.
Moving back to the preferred destination that we saw Anthony Davis being fined for, talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. If there was a deal to be made with that organization, what exactly does the future look like in New Orleans as far as the basketball goes?
Gail Benson, the owner who also owns the Saints, is committed to keeping that team there no matter what. There's a lease through 2024, so you can't even get into anything after that. But this is still a team that is committed there. Gail they're from there. Everything is about keeping everything in New Orleans, and they're going to do the best thing that they can to build a winner. Whether that includes Adele Demps and Alvin Gentry remains to be seen once the season is over, but they're going to make all the right steps to build a winner, probably sooner rather than later.
We appreciate you for joining us. Always coming strong and looking sharp as usual. Andrew, thank you for joining us.
No problem. Thank you, man.
Oh, yeah. And we welcome in superstar who joins Tim Before Tip every single week. Kristen Ledlow joins us. Now, you're very familiar with the Lakers organization. Talk to Luke plenty. You cover the games every Thursday on TNT.
Nice.
Plug. Shameless plug right there. But getting into everything that's going on with the Lakers, What is the vibe around the organization with all these young players hearing these rumors, seeing everything that's going on in the public and social media?
It's interesting you say that because the timing of this Anthony Davis request, I think, speaks abundantly clear as to where it is that he wants to end up. He doesn't necessarily have to release a statement that says, I'm only going to play for the Lakers. He hasn't yet, which means the Pelicans still hold the power, but I spend a lot of time with Coach Luke Walton and those young Lakers, and his focus up until this season, not knowing that LeBron James would be a Laker, was on developing that young core. That's what he was hired to do there. So the landscape of Lakerland could change very well overnight, because now not only is that not your focus anymore, you may not have any of that young core intact. He changes everything. Anthony Davis changes everything. He could change the timing of when LeBron James returns from his injury. He could change whether or not the team looks instead long-term right now to win. He could even change perhaps the coaching staff that's in place. So all of that is up for debate if, in fact, Anthony Davis is no longer a Pelican come February 8th. Or 7th, or before that, or anytime, today, tomorrow.
It could happen. Stay here because we could break the news. A lot of things are changing. Kristen, don't go anywhere. Speaking of changes, let's rank them right now. You see the man on your screen, the newest member, Clutch Sports, 3-time All-NBA performer and a 3-time All-Defensive player. We just talked about him. Could he be on the move? And then the movie star, Kyrie, is an unrestricted free agent. Rumors about him being open to rejoining LeBron have started swirling. Will he be back in Boston or will he go elsewhere? Then you have the clock, Kawhi Leonard, who can be an unrestricted free agent as well. Will he stay in the six or head in another direction? As we keep moving, KD, 2-time champ, Finals MVP, has a player's option and will most likely opt out. Will he stay in the Bay Area or will he go somewhere else? As we bring up the Western Conference standings, see the Golden State Warriors sitting on top, but we're not talking about them. We're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers, who are outside of the playoff hunt.
That's right.
That's not good for them right now. Luke Walton, your thoughts?
He's not driving the lane and tomahawk dunking on people right now, but he's moving well, and he's getting to the paint and shooting jumpers and all those type of things.
Oh, yeah, we're moving around here, getting our workout on.
You told me not to go anywhere, but then I went, and then I was told to come back.
I mean, I'm sorry. That's kind of how it works.
I didn't sign up for all this walking around, I can tell you that much.
Listen, Lake Show, they've struggled to stay afloat. They're 4 games under 500 without LeBron. So have we reached the official panic moment yet with the Lakers?
It's tough to say, because at any point between now and February 7th, the landscape could be entirely different. So it's tough to hit a panic button if you don't know yet who's even going to be on your roster this side of 10 days from now. Again, Anthony Davis changes everything, but I did talk to LeBron James last week. I was in LA for the Lakers-Warriors matchup on TNT as well. Another shameless plug. But I ran into LeBron in the hallway at halftime, and I asked him how he was feeling. I said, be honest with me. What's going on here? And he said, I'm taking it day by day. I'm starting to feel a little better day by day. I've never been injured like this before. He said, I'm receiving treatment every single day. I'm starting to get reincorporated into the lineup within our practices. But he said, he laughed and he was like, me, I don't have a patient bone in my body. I want to be back out there on the floor. I want to be there as soon as possible. So the fact that he hasn't been yet speaks to how serious this injury actually is. But again, all of that can change this side of just a few days from now.
You're absolutely right about that. Do remember the trade deadline is a week from Thursday, and do remember players only, baby. You can see the Lakers, who are obviously without LeBron.
Right, yes.
But another shameless plug. So let's take a look at the Eastern Conference, as we've been talking about the West the whole time. Let's go to the East. Take a look at what's on the screen. As you can see right over my shoulder. Looking at the Eastern Conference, yeah.
I was looking for which screen?
But see, we have to turn around and look at it. So the other team that the Lakers are facing tonight is the Philadelphia 76ers, currently sitting in the 4th spot. Jimmy Butler's had wrist issues, Joel Embiid. A lot of things happening in Philadelphia. Looking at their roster right now, we're talking about the trade deadline. We know that they need some more depth. What type of pieces could they possibly be bringing into the roster? Are they even searching to add pieces?
I don't know that at this point that the Sixers are going to be searching to add pieces solely because they've already had to incorporate a superstar into that roster thus far this season. They could, though, be looking to unload a point guard that may not be playing a long-term place in their future. Of course, there's no way of knowing until after the trade deadline. But I do think that that's a team that already has the pieces in place to be able to compete in the Eastern Conference. They're 4 games back of the Milwaukee Bucks at this point, and of course the Toronto Raptors as well. That game, by the way, is Thursday on TNT, and I'm going to be at that.
Oh,
since we have these plugs, I feel like we just have to
might as well just
throw that out there also.
But Jimmy Butler expected to play tonight.
Right. Yes. And again, being reincorporated into that lineup, it hasn't been an easy thing. It's been a rough road for these guys, not just to learn how to play together, but to be able to maintain their health moving forward. I do still think, though, as I've maintained all season long, well, at least since the first game that Jimmy Butler became a Sixer, that they could end up winning the Eastern Conference.
A lot of basketball left to be played, including down in Orlando. But we're going to take a look at the menu first of what is going on our network. You see 10 before tip, which you're watching right now, Game Time Live. There's Paul George leading the Thunder in scoring and in deflections and all types of other defensive categories. Is he your MVP candidate? He's mine right now. 10 before tip, presented by Ford, coming up.